Now let's talk about this little wallet boo-boo. As you can see, I keep my wallet and my knife in the same pocket, and my Rose Anvil Togo, it's got a good bruise on it right there. That's because I fell on the ice. Let's start by taking a nice tight look here. You can see this whole gouge area, and this is actually a little bit of a flap here, so I got to see about maybe repairing that so we don't lose that as well. But there's also some scratching down here, so it took a pretty good beating right there. My pocket knife just it scratched, gouged, if you will, more than scratched, it gouged the wallet. But if we zoom out here, you can see we do have a nice imprintation of my cards that are in this wallet, looking pretty good. The back side, this isn't as prominent because this is actually cash sticking through here, but it's holding up great. The form factor is really nice. I like the way this fits in my wallet. And if we go ahead and remove my cards so I don't dox myself, there's a good look at the inside. You can see here, and here, we're seeing a lot of darkening, and I think that's from the wallet actually kind of rubbing on itself. As it's in my pocket and moving, it will kind of rub a little bit, and I think that's just it rubbing against itself. You can see here, this is pretty close to the actual color it was when I first got it. So you can see how much it darkened. If you want to see, the outside is pretty close to maybe this here. But if you zoom in, you can really see what it looked like when it started versus how it's fading over time. And if we come to this side, this is a lot darker here. You can see darkening. I'd say this is probably closer to what the outside looks like. Then this is the high contrast point. This is the touch points where these two sides rub against each other. And this is basically new about what it looked like when I got it. So over time, you can really expect it to probably darken. I would say probably like this corner here. It's going to be a nice mix of some of this medium to darker to super dark brown. This will probably be a good indication of how over time, how this leather is going to age. And the outside, we don't have a lot, which I am still surprised of, but it did crock just a little bit. It actually looks like it might have actually worn off more than it crocked more, but we did have some indigo crocking back here. But it will take on the color if you do or salvage that indigo. But really, if you're just wearing this in a pair of pants, this is a pretty good, solid indication of how this leather is going to wear. And if you use it long enough, it will probably eventually get maybe this dark. Again, this is a very high friction point, but you could see up here that's not nearly as high of a friction point, but it's looking pretty damn good. I think this looks great.